Hey, it's Tony talking car biz. This is part 2. So in this video we're going to dive in and take a look at the interior on this brand new 2021 Toyota Corolla SE edition. Okay, let's start up front on the driver's door. So I love the color contrast on the interior of this particular SE. It's got a combination of the soft tech fabric up here on the door, which is kind of almost like a white or an ivory color, with brushed aluminum door handles, brushed aluminum trim, and then it goes down into the black door panel, which is this part here is padded. It also has that blue contrast stitching that we've seen on the darker colors, so it's a really interesting combination. I really like the look of it. I like the light upper dashboard and door panels. It gives the vehicle a sense of more space inside, in my opinion. Yes, it picks up fingerprints, but fingerprints are there whether it's dark or light, so if you see them, at least you're going to clean your doors, maybe, I guess. Automatic one-touch up and down windows, power door locks, power mirrors. There's bottle holders down in the doors, and then there's speakers in all 4 doors. There's a total of 6 speakers inside the SE edition. Take a look at our seat. This seat is not power operated, but it does have a height adjustment, so you can pump it up and down. Power recliner, side impact, or I'm sorry, not power recliner, manual recliner. Side airbags built right into the seat, so they move back and forth with you. And then these seats are the gray mesh style seat with a black and gray racing stripe down the center. They do have adjustable headrest and also height adjustable seat belts. Really a nice comfortable bucket seat on the SE edition. Take a look over at our dashboard, again with the lighter upper black here, brushed aluminum style trim around the vent bezels, so there's 4 vents across the front. Down on the lower dash we've got our dimmer switch right here for our dash lights, our automatic high beam on and off, and then tilt steering is right there. It's also a telescopic steering wheel. Let's go ahead and jump inside and take a look. Okay, behind the wheel here in the SE edition, this is Toyota's 3-spoke steering wheel. It is leather wrapped and padded, smaller in diameter, so it's really very comfortable. This is not the heated steering wheel though. More of that brushed aluminum trim with a chrome Toyota badging, driver's side airbag. On the left hand side we have controls for our information center, which is up here in the gauge cluster. We'll take a look at that in just a second. But also our Bluetooth connectivity for our smartphone, and our voice activation is on this side. Over on the right hand side, that's where we've got our cruise control settings, dynamic radar cruise control, lane departure on and off, and then we can also change our radio stations right there using our fingertips. Up on the right hand side we do have the front washer wipers, which have intermittent settings. Also have paddle shifters, so here's your up shift, and then over on the left hand side here's your down, and then here's our headlight controls. Corolla does have automatic on and off headlights, as well as automatic high beams on your headlights, but no fog lights on the Corolla SE. Here's a quick look at our gauge cluster. So pretty simple in design. It's a white on black design, so tach and temperature control over here, or temperature gauge over here. Your traditional analog speedometer right down the center with some of that brushed aluminum trim, similar to the trim that we've seen here and up on the dash, so they really tie it together nicely. Gas gauge is down here, and then on the right hand side is your information center. So I'll go ahead and start it up. This does have the premium package, so premium package comes with the push button start, part of the smart keyless entry system. So foot on the brake, just go ahead and hold that button in and it starts right up. So over on the right hand side, this is our information center. You can see we have outside temperature, a digital clock, a digital odometer, trip meter, and then we can kind of toggle through some of the other settings right here on the steering wheel. So we can set up our trip information, our fuel calculator. This is our safety sense. So we've got lane tracing assist, pre-collision, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, and road sign detection. So this has that feature where it actually keeps you in your lane. the lane tracing, and it also reads the road signs like speed limits and stop signs and yield signs, those types of things. So here's a look at our dashboard. I love this upper dashboard. This is a Softech fabric. It's kind of a stitched on there with more of the brushed aluminum trim. Really a nice refined look on there. Our center stack, we've got an 8-inch tablet style center stack. Does come standard with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Alexa compatible. Also, we do have Sirius satellite radio, and so you get the premium subscription for 3 months at no charge, and then after that you need to pay if you want to continue. Automatic temperature control, driver's side only, and then we have front window defrost, rear window defrost, heated outside mirrors, so those mirrors are heat operated. When you tap the rear window defrost, it'll get the ice and snow off of those. Fan controls over on this side. But again, it is just driver's side, which is fine. It's small enough of a car. You don't need, I don't think a person needs dual temperature control, but you know, feel free to disagree with me. There's a storage cubby down here, just a place to throw stuff. There's no wireless charging, but there is a USB charging port right up there you can plug your cables into and what have you. Here's a quick look at our glove box. Of course, you get the owner's manuals. It's not a locking glove box. And then we do have a speaker and bottle holders on the doors on that side. Adjustable seat belts, passenger assist grips. The premium package includes this power sliding moonroof, which is awesome. We do have lighted vanity mirrors on both sides, visor extensions on both sides, overhead lighting here. Safety connect, so right there is where you can go ahead and say you having issues while out on the road, you can push this button right here and Toyota will get you the help you need. The rear view mirror is a standard manual day-night mirror. There's no garage door opener built in there, and then some up this box right here underneath there, that's where all your sensors are for your lane tracing, roadside assist, pedestrian detection. All of those sensors are up in that area right there. Coming back to the center console, we'll take a look here. Notice they do carry over the lighter trim from the dashboard down onto the center console. The premium package does have the sport mode for your CVT transmission, so you can make it drive a little bit more, shift a little bit more aggressively. Traction control on and off. It's a nice short shifter. We have an electronic parking brake, an electronic parking brake hold, and then there's dual cup holders down here. Here's your keyless entry. Notice they use the gloss black trim that we saw up on the sound system down below with more of that brushed aluminum trim. Here's our armrest. It does have the blue contrast stitching. It's padded. It's a smaller armrest, and then there's a little bit of storage underneath here, but there are 2 more charging spots. So there's a 12 volt and there's a 2.1 amp. So if you need to plug in more electronic devices, that's the place you would do it up front. So a total of 3, and you'll see when we get in the back seat, there's no plug-ins in the back seat, so a total of 3 in the car. Let's go ahead and jump out and take a look at the back seat. So here's a quick look at the driver's compartment from the back seat. I've got this front seat right here, the driver's seat. I've got it all the way back as far as it goes. I wanted to show you how much leg room there is if you do have a 6-footer up front. I think even a 6'3", 6'4" foot person, there's still plenty of knee room here, and that seat is all the way back. I mentioned earlier that there's only charging up front. There's no plug-ins back here. This is just a little storage compartment, but I think you could install plugs in there if that's something you're looking for. I think the dealer could help you with that. There's a pocket on the back of this seat, no pocket on the back of this seat. There are speakers on the back doors and bottle holders, padded armrest with the contrast stitching in the back, passenger assist grips with laundry hooks, side airbags back here. Headrest on the back seat are stationary, can't take those out, but these back seats do fold down. Before I do that though, I want to show you the armrest does have cup holders right here, and if you pop that back up, you have room for 3 passengers, and there are child safety anchors down in the seats as well. So if you got to put in a child seat, you can do that. And then up here on the back is where we've got the fold down seat feature. And so if you want to drop that seat down, that's 40% right there. So you can do it actually from the back seat. And then we'll jump in the trunk and take a look at what we can find back there. But overall, it's a comfortable back seat. Even if you have somebody tall in front of you, you're going to be able to sit in the back seat pretty easily. Let's go ahead and jump out and take a look at the trunk. Okay, diving into the trunk, the Corolla does have a nice low lift over height here, so it's easy to get heavy things in and out. I think there's room across the back here for 2 sets of golf clubs. I guess it depends on how big your bags are. But the opening's nice and wide, so it should be easy to get things in and out. The deck itself is lined, and then they've got this nice safety glow-in-the-dark release, so if somebody does get stuck in the trunk, they'll be able to get out. Once you get inside the trunk, the floor is nice and flat, and then of course you do have the fold-down seats, so I've got 60% folded down right there, another 20, so you could drop 100% down. There is a cargo light up under there as well, so that's kind of nice for at night loading and unloading. And then underneath the floor is where we find our tool kit, our jack, kind of wrapped in this high density foam, and there's a little bit of a storage spot there, so if you need jumper cables or emergency equipment. And then down underneath is where you'll find the temporary spare tire, and again, room for emergency equipment, jumper cables, what have you. Now also, remember, Toyotas do come with roadside assistance, so if you do get a flat tire, push that safety connect button we saw up front, and Toyota will get somebody out to take care of you.